my gosh, it's day one of Summerween. I'm so excited. And if you missed the announcement, I am doing daily vlogs for the whole entire week, which is probably going to be incredibly overwhelming, but it's my summer break and what else do I have going on, right? So I think the most important thing to talk about today is my TBR and kind of some plans for today, some plans for the week, and I am just so excited. It is like 90+ degrees here in Mississippi every single day, and I am craving the chilly, spooky, autumnal weather and vibes, and let's just get into it. So my TBR, I've picked 4 books for the 5 prompts just because I know myself and I will get overwhelmed and I will get antsy and I won't finish it because I will stress myself out. So the first book I'm gonna read covers the prompts for read a graphic novel or novella, mine's a novella, and read a book in the dark. I found this on Scribd, and so it will be very easy to listen to this in the dark, and that is Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. Now I know this isn't really a thriller or a horror book, but I feel like it leans more towards dark themes, and so I'm making it work. I've been wanting to read this series for forever, and it's only a 4-hour long audiobook, so I think it just is going to be perfect for this week. Secondly, a book with black on the cover, Pet Sematary. Cover your ears. I have had this book for I think 3 years now, and originally me and one of my friends were going to buddy read this together because I am a scaredy cat and I was afraid to read it by myself, but I asked him if he'd be cool with me reading it during Summerween, and he said yes. So instead of me freaking out to him about it, I get to freak out to y'all about it. So this is a book with black on the cover. It's also on Scribd. I just know that this one deals with grief and pets, and it's terrifying. So there's that. A book that takes place in the fall, we have my very old copy of Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. When I was searching for covers to make my little graphic, I could not see, I didn't see this image anywhere. So I have this copy. It's very small and very short, so I think I can fly through this one. It is also technically on Scribd. I have read most of Agatha Christie's books, including this one. I went through a phase in my late teens, early 20s where I'm pretty sure Agatha Christie was the only author I read from. And so yes, I've read it, but I really don't remember anything about it other than I think a bunch of people are at a party and they find a girl's body in the woods, maybe. I don't remember. I love Poirot. I love these little mysteries. I know they're spooky, but they're comforting to me. They're very cozy. And then for read a thriller, we have The Only One Left by, this is so awkward. If y'all are watching this and my cat is just crawling, thank you for sticking with me. But we have can you just get comfortable? We have The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I was supposed to read this last weekend, so I've technically already started it, but I'm only at page 70, so we're gonna let it slide. I've loved almost every single Riley Sager book with the exception of Survive the Night and then Lock Every Door. I think I gave 3 stars. All the rest were 4 and 5 stars. I love him. He throws the twists. He does really good female characters, which is something I'm always really skeptical about with a male author. But so far, I'm absolutely loving it. And this is the one that I'm going to focus on primarily today. So plans for today. I've got to go to the grocery store. And then at 2 o'clock my time, I'm going to join Rachel at Happy Go Lovely Sleeves because she's hosting all day Summerween sprints. And I'm really excited about that because I've done my own sprints, but I've never hopped on with anybody else. So I think it's just gonna be fun. And I'm hoping to get lots of this read. I'm just really excited about Summerween, guys. So unfortunately, the first thing I did today is not that exciting. I went to Kroger, picked up some meal options and some snacky things for the week. So since this is just a all-encompassing daily vlog of Summerween, I figured I'd show you what I got. So this is really what I went for. Tampons. It just is what it is. And in that same vein, I needed something to snack on, and these have been my addiction lately. The Nerds Gummy Clusters, the blue bag specifically. I love both of them, but the blue bag. I got some basic ramen because I want to make some jazzed up ramen this week with some soft boiled eggs and something else that I got in here. So I really like ramen. I needed some more ketchup. I got some pasta. This is totally an indulgence for nostalgia's sake, but I haven't had a Pop-Tart in 10 years. And Something about Summerween is making me feel all of the nostalgia. So Pop-Tarts, cream cheese for a recipe. I get the 1/3 reduced fat. This sounded so intriguing. Mexican style street corn dip. It sounds so good. Some chips, cat food, because my cats are spoiled rotten and they won't eat the food that is the same brand. That was the only thing they had available last time I went, so I had to get them this food. Trader Joe's has something like this, and I've been seeing it everywhere, but Mississippi doesn't have a Trader Joe's, so I had to find something similar, and it is this chili garlic crunch on my eggs and my ramen. I thought this just sounded so freaking delicious. Got some marinara sauce, salsa, and some queso blanco. Oh, and some cat litter because I have cats. Here's my little OOTD for hanging around the house, but I'm wearing all the spooky shirts I can find. So I got this Team Spirit shirt I got at Target forever ago, some real comfy lounge pants, and some slippers because I'm not leaving home today. So I think before lunch, I'm gonna sit down and do one more section of my diamond painting, but I just wanted to show y'all in case you haven't seen it or if you were curious about my progress. Basically anything that looks really bold and bright is what's already been done. And then I just have this center section and over here that needs to be done. And it is a lot of black. And so it goes by faster than you think because you can just use a multi-placer for a lot of it. But I don't think I could have picked a more perfect one to just accidentally still be working on during Summerween. So I'm gonna sit down and work on this. Keeping lunch really easy, snacky today. It's just some chips, salsa, queso, and then I'm just having a Diet Coke, but I picked up this at TJ Maxx the other day, and it looks like a Brewmate or one of those really expensive things, but it's from Hydro Peak. It was just $10, and I'm obsessed with it. So there's a tip, is go to TJ Maxx when you're looking for water bottles, tumblers, that kind of stuff. They've got so much good stuff. Okay, y'all are set up on my crazy laptop situation as I'm trying to get ready for these sprints. Full of updates. So I told y'all that I'm about 70 pages into this and I'm really, really liking it, but I feel like nothing big has happened yet. There was one small reveal that I kind of was wondering about that's already happened, but I've heard that this has some epic twists. So I'm hoping I can get really, really far in this today. The other thing I wanted to talk about, well, two other things. Threads. Instagram threads. I guess it's just because I've only joined the one that correlates with my Bookstagram, but I am having so much fun over there. It's like when Twitter first happened and people were just posting stream of conscience, whatever they wanted to say, but it's all book related, and I am having the time of my life over there. I think I'm going to try and post some of my thoughts of my Summerween books as I'm reading them over there, and then do like a bigger update on Instagram when it's all said and done. Speak Now came out last night. I don't have Spotify Premium. I always cancel it in the summer because I really only use it in the classroom so that Spotify doesn't play inappropriate ads while I have stuff on for my students. And so in the summer I cancel it just to save a little bit of money, but now I'm really regretting that I canceled it because I haven't been able to listen to the album in order, and everything I've listened to so far I've loved. Now here's something you need to know about me. I went through this I don't like Taylor Swift phase in college, and Stephanie, if my old roommate, sweet mate, is watching this, she's gonna be like, yep, you like hated it. I didn't hate Taylor Swift. I just, for whatever reason, I didn't like her music. And so Speak Now was what was out at that time. And so I know nothing about Speak Now except for a couple of songs. Like I know Mean, Back to December, and then like little bits and pieces I've heard of it. Enchanted. That's just not an album I've ever gone back and listened to. So it's like almost like I'm listening to it for the first time as I'm going through all of these songs. But the next one I want to listen to is Castles Crumbling. So before Sprint starts, I'm going to go listen to that and her one with Fall Out Boy. And then we'll get to reading. right, I'm just about at page 100. I am on sprints with Rachel and Robin and Jordan right now, and had a really good conversation, mostly about Taylor Swift before this started. But so I'm reading The Only One Left, and it obviously takes place in this big mansion on the seaside, and it's kind of crumbling. But when I was little, I lived in a really, really small town called Florala, Alabama, and it was on like this lake coast. It's called Florala because it's the border of Florida and Alabama. But we had a friend who was the housekeeper for one of the really, really big mansions, and I can't remember exactly what happened. There was some sort of tragedy. Somebody passed away, and basically she was the only one that lived there, and we would go visit her there all the time. I remember there were at least 3 floors, and I think the basement floor had the ballroom and like a bar and a gym and a weight room. And I remember the ballroom very, very distinctly, and there was a scene, like kind of a creepy scene that just happened in the ballroom. And no matter how much I try and picture like what's written here, the only thing I can see is that ballroom that I grew up spending time in. That house was just creepy in and of itself. There was a greenhouse, an indoor pool. There was this very like 70s feeling spiral staircase with a landing that an organ was on. Y'all, I can't make this up. It was so weird. And so that is what is in my mind reading this. I know the time period isn't exactly right, but the atmosphere that I would feel there is exactly the atmosphere that I feel here.
Trick or treat.
Hi friends, I'm still on sprints with Rachel. It is almost 10 p.m. Yes, we started at 2. It's been almost 8 hours. I have been here the whole time, and it has been a blast, and I'm almost finished with The Only One Left. I'm gonna finish it tonight, even if it's after sprints end. But this is the first thriller in a long time where I've just been able to read it and have fun, and my mind hasn't been going crazy trying to figure out what's going on, which is so refreshing because I have been like in this phase where thrillers just don't surprise me anymore. And I just got to a certain part of the book, and I don't even want to say where I am because I don't want anybody to have any anticipation coming, but it's getting so good. It is like a lot more of a slow burn of a thriller. It's a very like quiet and foreboding rather than like fast and intense. The pacing is very slow, but it's like slow reveals. But from what I hear from other people, they're gonna start coming like this, like within this last little bit of the book. So I'm having so much fun. This vlog today is not going to be the most entertaining vlog because I've literally sat here for 8 hours. I was going to go to the gym and do some diamond painting, but the focus of today just ended up being reading this book, which I am totally okay with. Also, hi to all of the new subscribers that hopped on over after Rachel's sprints. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hopefully this installment in the Summerween series is not too boring for you, but I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, let's finish. Hi, I took a brief intermission to shower because I desperately needed to wash my hair. And then I took another brief intermission because Taylor Swift released the I Can See You music video at 1 a.m. And for me, that was 12 a.m., but still I had to stop and watch it like live. And all I have to say about it is Taylor and Taylor. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it because she just doesn't disappoint, you know? She doesn't disappoint. I look awful, but we're gonna finish this book. Reveals and reveals and reveals and reveals. And I keep like figuring them out like right before they happen. Ugh, it's good. Okay, like 20 more pages, let's go. What? What? My brain is right now. was not what I was expecting for the ending. I'm tearing up a little bit. Initial rating. .5. I think it feels like a 4.5. I have yet to have a 5-star thriller this year, but man, I thought that was really good. Riley Sager, what are you doing to us? What do you put in your books? I thought that was really good. I was warned that like there might be too many twists. I didn't think there were. There were 2 that like I guessed right before they happened, and then the others were total surprises to me. And I feel happy. So with that said, Zelda and I are going to wish you good night because now I have to edit this and get it posted for day 1. Let me know what you have been reading for Summerween down in the comments. And for today's emoji, since I've got 7 days of vlogs coming your way, I want to have a new one for each day. Let's do the knife emoji because knives are a pretty big deal in this book. And I hope you all have a wonderful day 2 of Summerween, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.